Protecting an unborn child when there's a detectable heartbeat is something that almost probably 99% of pro-lifers support. It's something that other states like Iowa under Governor Kim Reynolds have enacted. And I think that as a Florida resident, he didn't give an answer about would you have signed the heartbeat bill that Florida did, that had all the exceptions that people talk about. The legislature put it in. I signed the bill. I was proud to do it. He won't answer whether he would sign it or not.
Yeah, so DeSantis, of course, against the ropes that Trump pushed him on. Well, he decided to go ahead and hit back with that. But of course, then Trump, of course, he will never be outdone. He took to Newsmax to boast about his seriousness on abortion.
Do you think that 6 weeks is going too far? Is that going to doom Republicans with the moderates in this country when it comes to 2024?
Well, Rob, first of all, I'm the one that got rid of Roe v. Wade, and everybody said that was an impossible thing to do. I put on 3 Supreme Court justices. Very few people have had that privilege or honor. And they are terrific people, and they happen to believe that Roe v. Wade should not be there. It's been now brought back to the states. And what I've done is I've given the pro-life people, who are wonderful people and loving people, I've given them the power of negotiation, because now they're able to negotiate something that's going to be very important.
Yes, as we know, Trump, with all of his omnipotent power, being the one to unravel Roe v. Wade, and then now giving it to the people to negotiate, which I'm sure he has all the keys to negotiation. Anyway, although Trump definitely seemed to be pretty forceful about his impact on reversing abortion, just last week at CNN's town hall, it seems the former president was setting a different tone, likely in light of the fact that he knows that most people in the United States, about 61%, say that abortion should be legal in some regard.
Would you sign a federal abortion ban into law?
What I'll do is negotiate so that people are happy.
Just to be clear, Mr. President, you would sign a federal abortion ban into law.
I said this. I want to do what's right, and we're looking.
But I think this is a really important question for you to answer, because this is something every Republican, including those who are running against you for the nomination, are being asked about: is would you sign a federal abortion ban into law?
And many of them are going to give you the same answer as I am. First of all, I am honored to have done what I did.
If they send it to your desk, would you sign it?
Some people are at 6 weeks. Some people are at 3 weeks,
where's
2
President
weeks.
Trump?
President Trump is going to make a determination what he thinks is great for the country and what's fair for the country.
I just want to give you one more chance, though, because you did not answer whether or not you'd sign a federal abortion ban or how many weeks into pregnancy you believe abortion should be banned.
Yeah, but I've given you the answer probably 4 times already.
Which one is it,
I'm looking at a solution that's going to work. Very complex issue for the country.
Yeah, that man was not going to answer the question. Clearly, he doesn't want to have to commit to any kind of ban because, of course, he knows the numbers aren't in his favor. And so, of course, it makes you question whether DeSantis's new ban is too bold for some other Republicans. We know that in Florida specifically, there was a recent poll that was conducted by the University of North Florida that showed that a majority of Floridians, the Republican kind, well, they oppose banning abortion at 6 weeks with no exception for rape or incest. So DeSantis's policies may be growing less popular there in the Sunshine State, especially now that he got some bad news today in terms of the 2 people he was backing for office. They pulled an L. They did not win. That's right. And check out this headline here. So the Democrats just flipped Jacksonville, Florida in last night's mayoral race. That's right. Jacksonville is not just the biggest GOP-controlled city in Florida, but it's also in the heart of DeSantis country. This really says that, hey, maybe these moves that he's making aren't necessarily something that will keep him in power or at least put him at 1,600 pen. What do you think, Jessica?
Yeah, I think we're beginning to see some fracturing in the Republican Party, especially in Florida, right? We expected DeSantis to hold support in Florida. It's becoming increasingly conservative. This upset is pretty telling. For DeSantis to believe that we can make America Florida, which is basically what he's running on, saying, I did this here in Florida. When did Trump do that nationally? He didn't have the chance to. The way they're trying to draw distinctions with each other with really unpopular policies is just like not good for the Republicans as a whole. But when it comes to a decision between DeSantis and Trump, it immediately becomes kind of interesting, right? Because you have DeSantis signing the heartbeat bill, SB 300 in Florida back in April, and then then Trump taking credit, well, it was me who overturned Roe versus Wade. It's just ridiculous. My buddy Troy Bond, who's a comedian, said that watching DeSantis and Trump run against each other is like watching a Michael Jackson impersonator have a dance off with Michael Jackson himself. The way they're trying to draw distinctions is just really ridiculous. I would rather Trump say, this is what I believe in, this is my policy, instead of dodging questions and only running against making nicknames for his opponent. We really need more substantive politics than this.